80 degrees and sunny in downtown Louisville, Kentucky. Tonight's pregame is brought to you by Four Roses Bourbon and Louisville City FC, finally home again on a two-match losing streak, taking on Atlanta United 2, picked up their first win in their last 8 last time out. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Slugger Field. Matt Stubbington alongside Mike Watts with you for this one. And for Atlanta United 2, they've struggled to figure things out since these teams last met in April. It was a 1-1 draw then. The offense finally came alive on Wednesday.
What an exciting match midweek against Toronto FC 2. Lots of offense for both squads, good possession for Atlanta United too, but more pleasingly for Atlanta is the fact that they came from behind to win the game.
And, well, it helps when Mikey Ambrose hits a couple free kick goals, but John Gallagher has been great all year long, including an assist and a fine finish of his own.
Oh, the assist he served on a platter to Williams. You know, see Williams going through the thought process of, shall I hammer it or shall I place it? He went with placement, and then Williams returns the favor, and Gallagher, placement of his own into the back of the net. Beautiful finish from him.
Fine work from Gallagher there. Well, for Louisville, they get 5 goals in a drubbing of Long Island Rough Riders in the U.S. Open Cup midweek, which is good because the offense the last 2 games has been a struggle. No goals in their road games against Nashville and Indy 11, which isn't to say they didn't have their chances.
They certainly had their chances, and it's because of that you can hang your hat on the fact that Louisville are still finding a way to get their opportunities in front of net, even though they're not playing at their best. James O'Connor knows what he has to do to coach his team up, teach his players how to improve, make sure that the spacing is correct, and I'm sure we'll see an improvement tonight from the boys in purple.
You see a lot of Brian Ownby there. He will not be available tonight against an Atlanta United team that has no clean sheets in their opening 9 games. Lou City hasn't scored in their last 2, but they're still 3rd in the East. Will they find their offensive groove? Come back and find out next.
Your summer starts here with a great deal on a new Toyota.
Now get low 1.9 financing for 60 months on the exciting, fuel-efficient new 2018 Camry. Or lease this well-equipped Camry LE for $239 a month.
Get your Toyota today.
Toyota, let's go places.
Have a great business concept or invention but don't know how to turn it into something tangible? The U of L MBA program can teach you the business skills needed to turn a great idea into a great business. You'll be taught by faculty who are also serial entrepreneurs and investors and will gain great connections in the entrepreneurial community. If you're serious about taking your idea to the next level, visit uoflmba.com to learn more. Bring your business vision to life with an entrepreneurship MBA from the University of Louisville.
The spring sales event is going on now at Commonwealth Dodge Ram. A new 18 Ram 1500 pickup, now just $21,988 or buy for $269 a month. A new 18 Ram Bighorn 4x4, discounted $12,000 off MSRP at Commonwealth Dodge Ram.
I got my true start in the culinary arts when I joined the British Army and learned from really, really brilliant chefs. One of the highlights for me was making Princess Anne's wedding cake. I've traveled, I've won numerous awards and competitions, but education is where my heart is. I want each student at Sullivan to receive the mentorship that I received during my training. We are dedicated to educating the next generation of chefs.
At Commonwealth Dodge Ram, get a new 2018 Dodge Journey for $16,988 or buy for $198 a month. A new 18 Grand Caravan, $22,988 or buy for $279 a month. Commonwealth Dodge Ram, right on Preston and always right on the price. Go to CommonwealthDodge.com.
GE Appliances welcomes you into tonight's USL regular season broadcast. Louisville City FC sit 3rd in the Eastern Conference, but on a 2-match losing streak, they take on Atlanta United 2, their 2nd ever meeting and their first since April the 21st. Matt Stubbington alongside Mike Watts with you. We meet the starters. Let's start with ATL UTD 2. Paul Christensen moves back into the lineup. In total, he's one of 5 changes.
There's a lot of changes in this team, and it's difficult to figure out where everybody's going to be playing. Metcalf, we have it right fullback. He may end up in the center of midfield tonight. Kisiadu, Kunga, they're 2 talents up front for Atlanta United 2, and Sandoval also.
On the other side, Louisville City played midweek. Again, a short roster. They won 5-0 in the U.S. Open Cup. So all the players that came off the bench in the Open Cup are going to be in the starting lineup tonight.
It's one thing with this Louisville City FC team is there is a lot of continuity in the squad and in the lineups that James O'Connor puts out. And there is the head coach for the home team. Looks a little pensive, biting his fingernails already.
Although he did tell us, he goes, we were a lot more pleased with our result on Wednesday. I assure you that. And surely these fans that went to Lynn Stadium at the University of Louisville felt the same way as they were able to get that offensive groove back. Something that this team has been desperate to find over these last couple of games. Away to Nashville and away to Indy. But they're back home again tonight where they are almost impossible to beat. It's Atlanta United 2 and Louisville City underway in 80-degree temperatures in downtown Louisville. Kyle Smith lost the handle. Comes over to Paolo Del Piccolo. This portion of tonight's broadcast brought to you by Toyota. Let's go places. As far as Smith sought out McCabe, it's Smith now over the crossbar. Louisville on the front foot from the opening gun. Tonight's keys to the game are powered by Kentucky Lottery, who remind you that lottery proceeds fund college scholarship and grant programs, including every dollar of the popular Keys Scholarship Program.
I was seeing already, trying to build on the momentum that they got from the midweek US Open Cup victory. And if they can do that, Louisville City, that'll be a really good thing for the team and their confidence. So we've seen Kyle Smith get a shot towards goal just over the crossbar. The other thing they need to do, though, is get beyond the ball. Last two games, Cameron Lancaster hasn't found a way to get up the pitch and give some depth to the team to allow those passes further into the attacking third. Oscar Jimenez down after a heavy challenge. And for the visitors, they have to deny width. It's something that Indy 11 did and Nashville did against Louisville City FC. And that caused a lot of problems for the home team. So if Atlanta United can take a feather out of those two teams' caps, that'll be a good thing for them as far as denying the offense that Lou City tried to put forward.
I spoke with James this week. Narrower field, longer field. That doesn't necessarily suit the way Lou City likes to play.
Well, the 3-4-3 lineup is very expansive and does give natural width tactically for Lou City.
George Davis take the free kick in the 3rd minute after the foul on Jimenez toward the back post, and it's caught by Christensen. His 3rd start of the year. He's allowed 3 goals, a loss and a draw against Charlotte and Pittsburgh respectively. And again, no one's found a way to beat Pittsburgh yet this year. They've been just remarkable at the outset of the year. Turned over to Smith. Out of the reach of now McCabe.
Pittsburgh have been in really good form. Found a way to turn those draws into victories at recent times.
One-way traffic early as Will Crane tried to let that out. Back to Crane, yet another academy player that found his way into the lineup. His debut last time out in their 5-4 game against Toronto. Strong stuff from Jimenez. Smith has it ricochet free. And now Smith striding forward. Smith laying it across, and it's out for a corner. George Davis was waiting for the square ball at the top of the 18.
I think Lou City are up for this game tonight, mate.
Yeah.
I don't think we've seen this energy from them in the previous 2 matches in the USL. Good to see the boys in purple back playing with the energy that we're used to seeing from them.
James O'Connor told us he didn't necessarily have to talk about it. Jimenez, high arcing ball, headed down, it's just wide. And an early opportunity with Speedy Williams and Paolo Del Piccolo, the holding midfielders, just outside the 6-yard box.
I like where the service ended up. Maybe a little bit too much flight on the ball from Jimenez for it to allow the attacking runners to get underneath the ball and hit it with any authority towards goal. Williams had a good fist of it.
It was Sawahi pushed forward, rather. Comes out to Ranjit Singh. Menez trying to stretch the back line, but it's easy for Christensen. 70th overall pick in the 2018 MLS Super Draft by Atlanta United. A 4th round pick starting between the pipes tonight for Atlanta United too. Throw coming for Sean Toch. He started now all 9 games to start the year USL play. Williams pushing ahead. Handled by Andrew Kendall Moulin. Over the top for Lancaster.
To do for Atlanta United too, trying to get into the attacking third, just lost his footing on the field, created that turnover.
Attack on through the edge of the area, and John Gallagher lost the handle, but they do get it back. Gets by Kunga. Kunga, great move. Lays it off. The shot is on. Save Ranjit Singh. Kisadu robbed by Lou City in the opening 7 minutes.
Kunga does really well to keep this ball in play. So dangerous on the dribble. He scored a fantastic goal against the Independents earlier on in the season from a similar position. Jimenez was wary of that. Kunga lays it back beautifully. Good shot, great save.
Kunga racing up the byline. And it's out by Lancaster, who's guarding the near post on the corner. And ATL UTD2 will try again. Well, that underscores what Atlanta has had at times this year. At times, it's looked really good. It looks like Atlanta United. Other times, it's been a bit disconnected. Header skips across. And Alexi lets it roll out. Sandoval, one of those big targets for Atlanta United too. He played with Al Salt Lake. A lot of positive contributions. Gallagher reversing. Runs his pass for Hernandez, directed out.
Last time these two teams met, Gallagher was somewhat of a disappointment, ended up being substituted from the game midway through the second half. Struggled defensively to deal with the width that Lou City were bringing to the table. It'll be interesting to see how he develops as this match goes on. I know he'll want a much better performance tonight.
It's Kunga again. Metcalf wants the ball up the wing. Metcalf serving, Kisadu. Flex that off Speedy Williams. Another corner for Atlanta United too, who have staved off that early pressure from Louisville and look better for it.
Just look at the respect that Jimenez and Davis IV had against Kunga. He was able to get the ball out to Metcalf. Metcalf's cross in wasn't a good one.
Didn't take the right hop for the effort. Now the shot is in, but offside. Won't count for Gallagher, who is in behind the defense. Denied his 6th goal of the year.
The ball came in. Looked like there were at least 2 players in an offside position. Certainly Gallagher was one of them. Great decision by the assistant on this near sideline. A little bit of a wake-up call. mentioned how good Louisville City were right from the opening kickoff, but the visitors have weathered the storm somewhat and have come back with a lot of energy themselves. See what the call was from the official there.
Kissadoo is arguing semantics here.
Yeah, touch me on the elbow, not on the wrist. What do you mean?
19-year-old Ivorian. Spent some time with Charleston Battery last year, head of Atlanta United 2's inaugural season. Had a couple players in the Atlanta United system go out on loan last year. We've got fertile territory down there for young players. Also run away from George Davis IV. And 10 minutes gone in Louisville, where Lou City is trying to avoid their first 3-match losing streak in the better part of 3 years. Atlanta United, too, is looking to continue a nice offensive run from their midweek game, a 5-4 win against Toronto FC, too. Off of Sandoval, Ranjit Singh takes over. Smith does well to corral this. Niall McCabe slid away. Wonderful stuff by Crane.
A wonderful sequence of play there from both teams. Diagonal ball across the pitch from Del Piccolo. Beautiful control from Smith.
Smith will take the throw. How many times do we see that long diagonal ball into space? That's James O'Connor's buzzword, space.
That's what the 4 midfielders give you with the 3 forwards, is that space, and the defense, the zone defense will shift over to the ball side. That allows players to run into that channel on the far side of the pitch to try and exploit. And if you can find that long diagonal pass, as Lou City did just then, it can really cause problems for the defense. But Will Crane came back really well to make the tackle.
Tosh. Smith against Hernandez. Trying to square up for Davis. Speedy Williams. Off target. This has all the makings right now of a pretty entertaining offensive match.
It's been exciting for the first 12 minutes, that's for sure. There's a good adjustment here in the back line from the visitors. I think it might have been Shannon, number 29. As the ball was going deep into the penalty box, he just stepped away from his back 4, knowing that the cutback pass was coming, and stepped into that passing channel, deflected the ball out. It actually came to the foot of Williams, who put it wide of the crossbar, or of the goal, sorry. It was just a good awareness of the midfielder there to adjust his defensive position to stop the opportunity for Lou City deep inside the 18.
Space again for Smith. Christensen was a long way from home when Jimenez and he finally did cross paths. Christensen has played in the U.S. Youth International system. 22-year-old native of the state of Washington. Davis found a pocket. Knocked down by Kissadoo from behind. These two haven't gotten along all night, have they?
Kissadoo's getting the finger wag from the referee, probably with the message of clean it up or I'm going to put you into my book, says referee Peckmet. It was good positioning originally from Kissadoo. He took away the pass that Davis IV was looking for to the right wing, and just was a little impetuous in the way he came into the back of Davis IV, and easy call for the official.
Options galore here for Louisville.
The wall looks a lot further away than 10 yards from our angle.
Davis behind it, Jimenez beside it. Oscar Jimenez serving toward the back post, toward Lancaster. Two players swing through the ball to knock it out. Knocked over the top again, header from Paco Craig. Misses over the target.
Two great deliveries, one from the initial free kick, and then the second one that Paco Craig just couldn't deflect on target. The one from the initial free kick from Jimenez found the foot of Sawai, I think. The defender, the number 3, actually cleared it out instead of putting it in on frame.
Across the quarter-hour mark in Louisville, this portion of tonight's game brought to you by Republic Bank. Del Piccolo had company. Kisadu knocked away by Williams, and now Kunga into space. Lagos Kunga making his move now. Kunga with a heavy touch, and it's a dangerous challenge at the end. It's a goal kick. Paco Craig showing his physicality there against the smaller Kunga.
Louisville City were a little bit lucky there. The positioning of Jimenez was giving the line to Kunga. Perhaps Jimenez was thinking that he had the support of Paco Craig a little bit closer than he did. Craig's a little lucky there, that arm flying up to push Kunga into the hoardings.
Kisadu. Gallagher. So it's redirected. Davis gave chase. Metcalf reverses. Throw coming for Louisville City. Pretty remarkable week around USL. The US Open Cup ongoing, and Tampa Bay Rowdies making a coaching move. Neil Collins moves to the manager's chair with Stu Campbell relieved of his duties. Paco Craig makes easy work of that service. Atlanta playing a standing offensive firework kind of match against Toronto. Galaxy 2 and Timbers 2 finished, what was it, 11 goals in that game, 10 goals?
There's been some really crazy scorelines in the USL the last couple of weeks.
Of course, Louisville dominating Long Island Rough Riders, 5 different goal scorers on Wednesday night at Lynn Stadium. A player down in midfield. Shannon is back to his feet. They liked him from the outset out of Clemson because they felt like he was a big boy in the center of the field and a guy who doesn't really have a similar match in the Atlanta system size-wise.
Two players going for the ball. Eyes for the leather and not each other. Frustration for Shannon because the referee blew the play dead with the potential head collision there. Shannon didn't want to come out, waved to the athletic trainer, said, like, fine, go away. Athletic trainer, sorry mate, I got to take you out. Sure he'll be waved in shortly. Shannon is back into the fray. I was a little surprised Tampa Bay making the change midweek with the coach, but the way the away form has been, it's not entirely surprising, but
Sandoval levels off with Gallagher. Knocked up and palmed aside by Ranjitsingh. Two really good saves by the Trinidad and Tobago international early. And this is much easier work for Ranjitsingh.
Spectacular from Ranjitsingh. Gallagher just drops his right shoulder. You anticipate him going to his left, using his left peg, but the boys in the USL, they have some talent, and his right leg's as good as his left from that evidence.
Gosh, Gallagher has been a revelation in the early going of this season. And I agree with you. We saw these two teams face off last month. And he really didn't stand out all that much. It appears to be an anomaly that he didn't.
From memory, we even highlighted him in the pregame, and he just disappeared after that. So he was substituted in the 72nd minute. And, it was a real disappointment. I was looking forward to seeing him play, but so far he's shown us just how special he can be.
Played in front of one of those great crowds in Gwinnett County. Jimenez onto his right, the curler flies wide. Well, Ranjitsingh making a couple big saves early here for Louisville.
Just a great adjustment there from Gallagher. He recognized where the defense was backing up to. The touch inside, Smith couldn't correct, and Ranjitsingh did. Good footwork from the goalkeeper. Special save there.
I think it's a matter of time before we start talking about Greg Ranjitsingh in the terms of goalkeeper of the year. I'm a little surprised that hasn't been a more common refrain. Last year dealt with some injuries and Tim Dobrovolsky played so well. If he does find a way to stay healthy all year, he could hear his number called at the end.
He's done some special things, keeping his team unbeaten for so long prior to the two games that they did lose going back to last season.
Service snapped down. Out of play by Sandoval. Ranjitsingh was on the field in the World Cup qualifiers when Trinidad eliminated the United States. Didn't stay for the celebration. He was escorted by police directly to the airport as soon as the game ended. Ended up leading Louisville City to the USL Cup final. Knocked off Swope Park a goal to nil. Well, for Louisville in the attacking half. Now McCabe, space now, played back out in front, ricochets around, it's a goal kick, it was Lancaster, got his feet tangled up. A strong defense in the end, Kendall Moulin at the center of it all.
There's the width for Lou City that's created by those four midfielders. Jimenez in acres of space. Might have been better served to put that in at the near post on a shooting effort. We saw Lancaster coming. Great defense from Kendall Moulin.
Ball back to Kunga is deflected away by Swahi. Gallagher stuck in by Devin Williams. There's that man again. Oscar Jimenez on the cutback, lays it off. Davis ricochets down and it's in. Lancaster, Louisville has their lead. A goal presented by the Kentucky Lottery, fueling imagination, funding education. The Kentucky Lottery, and it's Lancaster again.
Sometimes you need some luck, sometimes you need to be brilliant. Had a little bit of both on this goal. I thought Atlanta United 2 had done enough to thwart the attack. Lancaster gets back onside The ball deflects to him, and he's not going to make a mistake with that much space, that close to the goal. Davis IV pulls the trigger. The defense is there to deflect it into the path of Lancaster one time with the left foot. Fist pump celebration. Started with a good searching diagonal ball onto the foot of Jimenez. He finds teammates. Again, a little lucky with the deflection, Mike, but it's in the back of the net. Celebration for the home team.
Snapping a streak of over 200 minutes without a goal in USL play. Crossed again for Lancaster. He had the goal for Louisville meeting back on April 21st. Late goal from Andrew Carlton that ended in a draw. Off of Kendall Moulin. Konga. So 2 goals in as many games against Atlanta. Cameron Lancaster, and I think sometimes we forget, while he scored the game-winning goal in the USL Cup final last year, he trialed, then he went home, not knowing whether or not Louisville was going to take him on. Then they flew him back and said, okay, you're on the team. Cameron Lancaster is almost a footnote in Louisville history, and instead, he borders on legendary.
Done some great things. Struggled last season with injury throughout the year. Almost every time he came back from injury, he scored a goal.
I mean, that's the story of his whole career. Going back, he played 1 game for Tottenham in the Premier League. That's it. One of those rare guys who just never made it back again. Oh, world-level talent in many ways, Cameron. There was some pace from Craig. Brakes put on before Kissadu. 3 players race in to Del Piccolo. And it'll come back.
That's good refereeing there from Mr. Beckman. He looked to see if there was an advantage being played or to be played. Lancaster got the ball and was surrounded by 2 white shirts. The referee decided that even as good as Lancaster is, he wasn't going anywhere. Shannon gets the "do it again, mister," and you're going in my book talk from the referee.
I think we're hearing from downstairs that that's pretty much a precise. I think you got that lip reading right. That's good. Select is the official soccer ball of the USL. For the latest Select products and special offers, visit selectsportamerica.com and receive free shipping on orders of $50 or more. So 1-0 lead for Louisville, 24th minute. Cameron Lancaster with his 5th of the year. This turnover, dangerous stuff. Kissadu from Sandoval. Williams helping to break up the counterattack for ATL UTD2. From the wing, the service for Sandoval. Sawahi's there, but didn't follow.
Good communication there from Tosh and Sawahi, and great distribution from Ranjetsingh to find Jimenez. Atlanta are doing a good job of getting back defensively, Mike. United too, they have to find a way to stop Louisville City from switching the point of attack, preventing those long diagonal balls, or just playing through Del Piccolo and Williams. They haven't been able to do that all throughout this first half.
Corner coming. Good combination play from McCabe and Smith.
Nice to see Davis the fourth jogging over to that side to take this corner kick. He will take set pieces, but normally it's Jimenez would serve this in with a left-footed in-swinger.
Let's not underestimate, shall we? Davis the fourth. Comes out to Lancaster. There's a foul on the 18 there. Kendall Moulin is down on the ground. Didn't look bad.
That was a good service. I was just surprised that Jimenez wasn't going over there. Try and keep track of where he is. Make sure he's not niggled by anything. I mean, he's moving okay, so just a tactical choice of went with the outswinger instead of the in-swinger on that occasion.
This portion of tonight's game brought to you by Sullivan University. And Atlanta United, too, trying to counter and find their equalizer. Kunga, Kisadu! Level in the 31st. And a wonderful 30-yard bomb from Kisadu.
Space aplenty there for Atlanta United 2 on the attack. Kisadu had Gallagher open on his left. He decided not to pass the ball to his left. He decided to shoot it with his left instead. It may have taken a deflection. Either way, it goes past the goalkeeper, Ranjitsingh. It did. A little deflection there on the way in. But as well struck as that ball was, I don't think Ranjitsingh was getting anywhere near it, even if it wasn't touched by somebody else on its way to the back of the net.
It's his second of the year, and Laurent Kisadu has leveled the match. How quick could the response be? Jimenez to the back post. Well won and knocked further by Carranza. Gallagher will reverse. You just knew there was going to be something here from Atlanta United, too. They've had a decent attacking evening so far, and, well, it's about time they got their due for it.
He's taken two special saves from Ranjitsingh to keep them off a scoreline until the one that goes past him. Donnelly there talking to the fourth official, not happy about something.
Amazingly, Kisadu drops the average goal scorer's age. It's 20, he's 19, Jimenez. Comes to McCabe, steers to Smith. The average age of a player that's seen time for Atlanta United 2 this year, 21.8 years. 28 players have seen time. That's a clean challenge. That's off into the packed areas near midfield. Great crowd on Teacher Appreciation Day. Lancaster, the early goal for Louisville. Atlanta has responded. Played up the line, Smith. Smith cuts it back, Davis!
Had everything but the finish. Absolutely textbook going up the right-hand outside channel. Davis coming back to meet the ball with power. Christensen didn't move. It goes just past his upright. Beautiful work down the right flank by Loose City.
Kunga, who's been one of the springboards of this Atlanta attack, lost it. One of those long diagonal balls. And now Gallagher is off to the races. 5 goals on the year, leader for Atlanta United 2. Kisadu already has 1 goal, 2 players slip. Finally the ball slid aside. Metcalf. Contact and a whistle drawn by Lancaster, just shy of the halfway line.
Cassidy was shaping up for a spectacular side lying volley. Ball never got to him off the cross from Metcalf.
Kyle Smith, way by Hernandez. Makes his first start at TLUTD2. Davis the fourth. Jimenez the target, kept alive by McCabe. McCabe goes right back up Main Street. And Shannon lofts back the other way. Doesn't feel like a lot of this game has been played in the middle third.
It's been absolutely end-to-end stuff. I was just thinking how refreshing it must be for Lou City to play an open game.
Well, and it's funny because they played it at Lynn Stadium at Louisville, and the team was so positive about that atmosphere and how the Open Cup game played out. They feel like on an expansive field, they're better. They like that open style with the way they want to play.
And James O'Connor puts the team out, their tactical lineup. It lends itself to that. With Indy 11 and Nashville both taking away the width and those long diagonal balls that we've seen tonight from Lou City. It was a struggle to adjust and adapt. Boys in purple got the chances, they just weren't able to put them in the back of the net. Tonight it's been an exciting open game of soccer from both teams. Lots of chances at either end.
Kunga. Knocked there by Scott Donnelly, experienced coaching the U.S. Youth National Team. Some time at SIU Edwardsville as a head coach as well. That's where Kendall Mooling came out of. Not a simplistic job for Donnelly with Atlanta United too. 28 players already used this year. You get 2 world-class free kicks from Mikey Ambrose last week. Then Mikey Ambrose doesn't travel to make the trip the following game. It's a bit of a dichotomy, incredible talent. A bit of a rotating cast for Atlanta United FC too.
When you look at the players in the lineup tonight, starting this game, were only 4 players that started the game last time against Lou City FC, and it is such a challenge for the coaches. And we talked to James O'Connor about this, about how do you prepare against a team that you're not sure who you're playing against. And so you just look at what they're trying to do and the shape of play and the framework that your opposition puts out. So I feel for the other coach, it's probably just as difficult for him to figure out who's going to be playing as it is for me.
A run away from Gallagher. That 25 to 30 range is about right for New York Red Bulls 2, Atlanta United 2. Real Monarchs are playing tonight against Las Vegas on the road. They've played about that number. Meanwhile, Louisville, only 17 available tonight due to the injuries that they've piled up. No Sean Francis, told a little stiffness with his hamstring. After he came back after a lengthy absence, Brian Ownby unavailable. He picked up a knock late in their U.S. Open Cup match midweek. And Richard Ballard still out with a stress fracture. They're hoping he might be a little ahead of schedule, but still a ways to go. He's out for the foreseeable future. McCabe nearly took that away. Now Smith did. Smith hops up, Christensen, sure-handed. Get a player's perspective on all the action around the USL every Wednesday. The Tampa Bay Rowdies' Jack Blake hosts the Blake Down on the USL YouTube channel. Well won by Tosh.
Strong in the challenge. He just ran over Gallagher, and the referee deems it was cleanly done.
Sawahi making his 4th start, debuted against Atlanta, away to Coolray Field in April. Starting in the center of Louisville's 3-back tonight. Kunga's taking it away. Sandoval couldn't slide it through. If he had, he may have had Kunga out on the run. Jimenez on the switch. Smith. Knocked away by Shannon. Crane, followed by Lancaster. It's a whistle against Crane. And Crane, and I'll be going into the book. Referee making his run over. He successfully avoided it for the time being.
Mr. Pecknick was definitely going to his hip pocket as he was jogging over towards where Crane was. He was just getting the spray out to mark where the ball should be. It's a shame that Crane, ball going away from his goal, looked like he'd won the throw-in.
Jimenez, down by Sawahi, away by Metcalf. You mean ref edge, right? The spray.
The spray,
if
the
you're
ref
gonna
edge.
call it something, call it the right thing. It's ref edge. Get it right. These are important distinctions.
My memory was letting me down. I know you told me the other week that it was called ref edge.
You know, if we're going to do the preferred suppliers program, you got to give them a little bit of love, man.
Absolutely.
Is that so much to ask?
I guarantee I won't forget it now.
Williams was hampered, and in the 43rd minute, a free kick to Louisville. They scored first, 24th minute, Lancaster. Kisadu, response in the 31st for Atlanta. As Atlanta tries to string its 3rd win of the season together away to the reigning USL champions. Louisville looks to snap a 2-match losing streak in league play, the longest since the summer of 2016. And now a foul 45 yards away from goal.
Some mental errors from both squads at the moment as this first half winds down. An exciting first 42 minutes of action. Kisadu with a ticky-tack foul going one way. Carl Smith with a poor touch. Goes out of bounds for a throw-in to Atlanta United 2, and then another foul from the home team, giving this set-piece opportunity to United 2.
It's Metcalf. Well, this is right off the training ground. Metcalf available again at the back post. Brought down, Kisadu. Well, if he hits that, it makes the first goal look like nothing at all. Instead, it really is nothing at all.
Just popped it up to himself, and those half volleys, the dipping action, will trouble a goalkeeper. On this occasion, it didn't dip.
A bit of company there for Carranza from the DC United youth. Kept in by Gallagher. Gallagher at the byline, and a goal kick to Louisville just short of halftime.
Interesting defensive position there. We've seen it from Jimenez in this first half. On that occasion, it was Tosh giving the byline to Gallagher. And Tosh recovering nicely and using his body and the shoulder to force Gallagher off of the ball, winning the goal kick.
Jimenez now intercepted. Now Del Piccolo. Collision there, free kick to Atlanta. It's Carranza in the middle of it again.
It's a heavy challenge for sure. Jimenez electing to go short. Had the long diagonal ball open again, but Jimenez didn't use it, and there's Del Piccolo into the back of Carranza.
They'll try this again.
And Carranza will be a little bit relieved. He wasn't ready.
Stoppage time is brought to you by Sullivan University. We've got 1 minute of added time in this first half. Sandoval keeping, looking for Kisadu. And now Sawahi leading it the other way. Carranza's up to the task. Coming up at your Kentucky Drive Chevy Dealers halftime. Commonwealth Credit Union scoreboard. Look at the VisionWorks what to look for. And we'll take you through first half highlights and stats with all the Matt Stubbington that's fit to print. Played through, this is offside. It won't count for Lancaster. Christensen was wise to it anyways, wasn't he?
He certainly was. I was just thinking we might need the entire halftime break for the highlights.
For the highlights, right. Well, this one has been worth the price of admission, unless you're a teacher, in which case admission was free. That's the halftime whistle. 1-1, and this game has really lived up to the billing.
Well, it absolutely has. Two teams that are in great form offensively from their midweek performances have taken it into tonight's action. Cameron Lancaster, his 5th goal of the season. Perhaps a little bit fortuitous with both goals, with deflections, putting the ball into the back of the net for Kisadu there, and then the deflection that took the ball onto the foot of Lancaster. But make no mistake, there's some quality soccer being played in this first 45 minutes.
Now check your camera, see what kind of pictures you got from that first half. I would think they were probably pretty good. Purple family finally home again, and Louisville certainly felt that way. Lancaster 2 goals in as many games against Atlanta United 2. Kisadu the response. Halftime is coming up next. Level at halftime between Louisville and Atlanta.
Your summer starts here with a great deal on a new
With Toyota, you can celebrate all the season has to offer.
Like graduations, Mother's Day, camping,
Family reunions,
paddleboarding, hiking,
the beach,
fishing trips,
county fairs, road trips.
me first.
Now get 0.9 financing for 60 months on the adventurous new 2018 RAV4 or $750 cash back. Or lease this RAV4 LE for $209 a month.
Get your Toyota today.
Toyota, let's go places.
The spring sales event is going on now at Commonwealth Dodge Ram. A new 18 Ram 1500 pickup, now just $21,988 or buy for $269 a month. A new 18 Ram Bighorn 4x4, discounted $12,000 off MSRP at Commonwealth Dodge Ram.
At UPS, I'm the Senior Web Developer for the Aircraft Maintenance and Engineering Department. The one thing that's really great about Sullivan is it gives you the opportunity to get an associate degree before you get your bachelor's degree. I've already been in my position 2 years and just recently graduated with a bachelor's.
At Commonwealth Dodge Ram, get a new 2018 Dodge Journey for $16,988 or buy for $198 a month. A new 18 Grand Caravan, $22,988 or buy for $279 a month. Commonwealth Dodge Ram, right on Preston and always right on the price. Go to CommonwealthDodge.com.
Have a great business concept or invention but don't know how to turn it into something tangible? The U of L MBA program can teach you the business skills needed to turn a great idea into a great business. You'll be taught by faculty who are also serial entrepreneurs and investors, and will gain great connections in the entrepreneurial community. If you're serious about taking your idea to the next level, visit uoflmba.com to learn more. Bring your business vision to life with an entrepreneurship MBA from the University of Louisville.
Usually oh, there's the drums. Greg Fisher really loves to play the drums. He'll sometimes grab the smoke as well after goals. The mayor of Louisville is in town and in the park tonight as Louisville City has a 1-1 draw at halftime against Atlanta United 2. Matt Stubbington alongside. Mike Watts back with you. And let's take a look at the U.S. Open Cup. Oh, that's nice. Here's the U.S. Open Cup. Some notable games from that first round. Phoenix is out. Orange County is out. A couple shockers, but a bunch of USL teams did make their way through, including some vitriolic back and forth from Cincinnati and Detroit. That one took extra time.
Surprising, you look at the scoreline, Cincinnati took control of that game in extra time. Interesting that Phoenix are out. That's a surprise to me. Pittsburgh Riverhounds, though, they keep on keeping on, finding a way to win games.
Yeah, any team that's going to get Pittsburgh in the next round, well, that's a really tough. Oh, it's Cincinnati. They get Pittsburgh in the next round at Highmark Stadium on the River Monongahela. Meanwhile, how about Kings Cup? When we spoke with James O'Connor this week, he was so happy for the supporters that there's a Kings Cup game to be played this year with St. Louis sliding off to the west.
It's going to be a really interesting game between those two. The coaches are friends, but when it's in the game of competition, it's going to be Lou City wanting the victory, certainly against St. Louis. It'll be interesting to see how that one plays out.
He and Anthony Pulis know each other well. Pulis moving up from OCB up to St. Louis. They'll meet at Lynn Stadium on Wednesday. Check LouCityFC.com for more information. We're at halftime here between Louisville and Atlanta. Plenty of good things happened last week. Let's show you the best.
A couple of moves inside the area.
Girls it in. Oh, what a strike from the captain!
The Ram is in! Jesus Enriquez!
Drogba blast! And what a world-class goal that is from Didier Drogba!
Stutter step. Cavaluzzo!
Saved by Mydell.
Into the penalty area for three. Frater! And a fantastic save produced by Matt Van Oekel. Incredible save.
Kelly from distance. And Mydell, excellent work.
It's a good ball to the back post. Gordon Wiles there, and what a strike from the German.
Zubak has a break on goal. He's looking to put the Galaxy on top 1-0, and he does. Ethan Zubak.
Looking to cross, does. Low cross, punched away.
Takes a shot. Now battle of the box. Shot it in!
Kelly! Dave Kelly!
Side last on the knock it back with the header. Score! Cross into the middle for Williamson.
Welcome back to tonight's halftime report. It's presented by your Kentucky Drive Chevy dealers. Find new roads. Gorgeous view at downtown Louisville. Slugger Field, the site for this USL regular season matchup. And for a look at scores from around the league, our Commonwealth Credit Union roundup. And Cincinnati up at the half against North Carolina FC. Toronto FC too, despite 4 goals in the midweek, can't buy a goal here tonight. Indy Bethlehem on level terms. And I think all eyes are on Pittsburgh and Tampa Bay. They just have to be, don't they?
They certainly do, with the coaching change midweek. And it's normally the away form that Tampa Bay Rowdies struggle with, but it's a difficult night down in St. Pete tonight. So with Pittsburgh Riverhounds coming into town, they're always going to be tough, but it's going to be interesting to see whether the Rowdies can bounce back with the woes that they're having at the moment.
The old guard of Bob Lilly up 2-1 over the new guard of Neil Collins. Well, the fans are moving back to their seats, and when we come back, we'll take a look at first half highlights and stats when your Kentucky Drive Chevy Dealers halftime continues.
Your summer starts here. With a great deal on a new Toyota, you can celebrate all the season has to offer.
Like graduations, Mother's Day, camping, family reunions, paddleboarding, hiking, the beach, fishing trips, county fairs, road trips. Me first!
Get 0.9 financing for 60 months on a stylish new 2018 Sienna minivan. Or lease this aggressively sophisticated Highlander LE for just $279 a month.
Get your Toyota today.
Toyota, let's go places.
You know, I was excited to partner up with Baptist to do a training facility in Louisville.
We hired the right people to get the job done.
You can come here and hop into a group training, or if you want one-on-one training, we can focus on that. It's kids that want to develop and get some confidence to adults who are looking to join a class.
It caters to whatever you want to accomplish. Live, enjoy life, and you know, just be healthy.
The spring sales event is going on now at Commonwealth Dodge Ram. A new 18 Ram 1500 pickup, now just $21,988 or buy for $269 a month. A new 18 Ram Bighorn 4x4, discounted $12,000 off MSRP at Commonwealth Dodge Ram.
Have a great business concept or invention but don't know how to turn it into something tangible? The U of L MBA program can teach you the business skills needed to turn a great idea into a great business. You'll be taught by faculty who are also serial entrepreneurs and investors and will gain great connections in the entrepreneurial community. If you're serious about taking your idea to the next level, visit uoflmba.com to learn more. Bring your business vision to life with an entrepreneurship MBA from the University of Louisville.
At Commonwealth Dodge Ram, get a new 2018 Dodge Journey for $16,988 or buy for $198 a month. A new 18 Grand Caravan, $22,988 or buy for $279 a month. Commonwealth Dodge Ram, right on Preston and always right on the price. Go to CommonwealthDodge.com.
I got my true start in the culinary arts when I joined the British Army and learned from really, really brilliant chefs. One of the highlights for me was making Princess Anne's wedding cake. I've traveled, I've won numerous awards and competitions, but education is where my heart is. I want each student at Sullivan to receive the mentorship that I received during my training. We are dedicated to educating the next generation of chefs.
Welcome back to tonight's halftime report. It's presented by your Kentucky Drive Chevy Dealers. Find new roads. Well, the grass is a little bit greener than it was in March, and Louisville's finally back home after a 2-game road swing. We're at halftime at Slugger Field, and Lou City and Atlanta United 2 on level terms. Matt Stubbington alongside Mike Watts and Kunga, and this Atlanta United 2 attack had some really nice moments, and Ranjitsing had some too.
Well, Ranjitsing, a fine save off of the foot of Kisadu there. The home team really got off to a quick start, and then the energy was met by the visitors, and this was a fine moment as Gallagher just drops the right shoulder, puts the right foot back through the back of the ball. Look at the footwork of the goalkeeper getting over to his left, and with a strong right hand puts it out over the crossbar. Jimenez was all over the place in the first half. Lancaster trying to get in on the end of that one at the near post, but denied by some good defensive work from Crane and Moulin.
Lancaster would have his moment a little bit later. It was the start of it from Jimenez, then Davis, and it's a lucky ricochet, but sometimes you make your own luck. Lancaster, right place, right time in the 24th.
Well, it's all about the rub of the green, and the great Gary Player always said that he made his own luck. Lancaster, a great player in his own right. This one in the game of soccer, he makes his own luck there, gets in the right position as a center forward should. He keeps making those runs, and finds a way to get on the end of it. Getting on the end of a great run from Gunga was Kisadu, a fine left-footed strike. You think it got deflected on the way in towards the goal. Either way, it would have gone past Ranjitsingh, I think. It was a fine strike with the left boot.
Second of the year. He likes coming to this part of the country. The other one against FC Cincinnati. And then there were chances late here for Louisville to find a second goal. George Davis from the top of the 18 was off target. Well, that's the story of this first half to an extent. Off target. Louisville just one of their 10 shots on target, and of course it found the net, so you'd probably like to do that more than once.
You certainly do, and you look at the statistics as far as shooting is concerned. We talked about this at the top of the broadcast of how Louisville City had to get beyond the ball, and in doing so, 5 of those 10 shots have been inside the box, which means that they are getting beyond the ball, finding the ways to get beyond the back 4 of Atlanta United 2. But they've got to challenge the goalkeeper. Possession is good. The amount of passes made by the home team is good. And with an 80% accuracy rate, they've got to be feeling pretty good about things at halftime, although they would love to have a 0 on the other side of the score sheet.
Well, Louisville felt good away to Coolray Field back on April 21st at halftime. They led a 0-0. Cameron Lancaster, the early goal in this one, around the same time he scored in this one, but it wouldn't hold.
It wouldn't hold. It really woke up Atlanta United 2 on that occasion. It took a couple of penalty kicks. Carlton here just lost this one over the crossbar. Young man, though, he stepped up to the plate big. He gets deep into the box, wins another penalty kick, and immediately grabbed the ball. Said, I want another bite of that one. And puts it into the back of the net in the 92nd minute, I think it was, to tie the game up 1 apiece.
One of those young players that Atlanta fans are so excited to see as they go forward. There's Chelsea jerseys out in the crowd. I have no idea why. It might be their FA Cup victory. That Eden Hazard penalty, perhaps. But plenty of Lou City jerseys out here as well, as Louisville and Atlanta on level terms at halftime. And we spoke about some of the big stories around the USL from this past week, Matt. And obviously the coaching change in Tampa Bay drew a lot of eyeballs. I think a lot of people too, looking at what Didier Drogba and Efrain Alvarez put together. Alvarez has put 6 goals in their last 3 games for LA Galaxy too, as the youngest and the oldest active players in the league have both scored in this past week. And then of course the Open Cup is always, it's my favorite tournament of the year. I'll give it that. It's our FA Cup.
Is the FA Cup in the United States, and knockout tournaments, they just have a life of their own, and the lesser clubs, the smaller clubs have the ability to beat the bigger clubs, and it just has a whole new excitement, and it's a fantastic competition. And I mean, a quick turnaround from the second round to the third round, but it'll be great to see more USL clubs make it into the next stage of the competition.
Scott Donnelly trying to corral that water bottle on ESPN Plus right there on her phone. The teams have arrived again. We'll see what kind of changes are coming for Atlanta out of halftime. Hernandez is not out on the field to start this second half. Sean Nicklaw has come on, native of California, plays for the Guam national team. Underway for the second half of play between Louisville and Atlanta. Sandoval. Sandoval and Tosh had a run in. Back by Lancaster, and he goes to ground. This portion of tonight's game brought to you by Plainview Apartments.
So Nick Law is slotted in at the left fullback position. Scott Donnelly thinking perhaps that something had to change in that area of the pitch, as Hernandez was really tested in the first half with a lot of balls down the right flank from Lou City.
Here's Vision Works, what to look for. We head into this second half of play, Matt.
Well, we touched on it during the look at the statistics for Lou City. They've got to challenge the goalkeeper. 10 shots in the first half, only 1 on frame, just isn't good enough. You have to make the goalkeeper earn his pay tonight. And Christensen hasn't had to touch the ball too often from shooting efforts from the home team. And for the visitors, they've got to stop those long diagonal balls that Lou City love to play in over the back. If they can do that, then they'll have much better of the play.
McCabe curling, Christensen collects. And we saw a couple instances late in that first half where they were able to get out in front, and Nick Law certainly have a big role in covering that. The substitution, Nick Law for Hernandez, brought to you by Great Clips. Hernandez was able to step out in front of Kyle Smith once or twice at the end of the half and sort of mitigate those long diagonals.
Yeah, if you step out, and really you want to, if you're chasing back at that point, as Hernandez was, and getting on terms really well, but what you want to really try and do is deny the service. And at one point we saw Kisadu did that on Jimenez. Jimenez was trying to switch the point of attack from left to right, but Kisadu did a great job of just stepping in and taking away the pass that Jimenez was trying to make.
Jimenez on the turn. If you go to Louisville City's Twitter this week, they put out a reel of just his chances created this year. It's pretty awe-inspiring for Jimenez. That runs too far for Niall McCabe.
It's good communication between the two players. Obviously the pass was not of the standard that McCabe needed. And he just turns around and says to Carl Smith, hey, it's okay, just settle down, we'll be all right. We'll try it again.
McCabe, Crane backing away. On the volley, too high by Davis, and he knows he could have done better. Gosh, that frustration so apparent from Davis, sitting on 1 goal so far this year.
Well, it was a really difficult skill to volley this one out of the air. He would have seen it late over the head of the defender. Tries to get up and direct it on target. McCabe found open on the flank because of a better pass from Smith. Second great look at goal in this match that Davis the Fourth has had. Both of them have gone wide of the net.
Throw coming for Tosh. Flag is down here. McCabe with a nice run into open space. Carranza slides in. Davis turns off a Crane. Corner coming for Louisville. The purple shirts in the 50th minute.
Scott Donnelly is right down by our camera down there, and you can hear him on the mic, perhaps just giving instructions to the defense of stay narrow, and now come out as the ball's played forwards.
Jimenez, the back post, header! Extra ricochet from Del Piccolo, who's diving away from goal. Crane helps him up in the end.
Questions should be asked from Atlanta United too. How do 2 purple shirts get free headers inside the penalty area from a set piece? That defending is not good enough. Fortunate that the Del Piccolo effort went over the crossbar. Difficult from the captain to turn that one on frame as he's moving away from the goal. Basically, Scott Donnelly, what he's asking is for his team is to stay compact, take away the pass up top, trying to find Lancaster to feet. And then if the choice is made by Lou City to go out wide, then you switch out and then condense the defending efforts in that area of the pitch then, and try and deny the service into the attacking third.
Christensen motioning both ways. Mitch Hildebrandt, of course, of FC Cincinnati fame, started the last one for Atlanta. Gave up 4 to Toronto on Wednesday. Christensen, his 3rd start of the year. Tosh knocks it across the halfway line. Jimenez brings it down. Dangerous as ever. Jimenez rung it outside of frame. Oscar Jimenez just continues to impress. It at times becomes a bit rote. You're so used to what he brings to the table. Sometimes it really shows better, and today is one of those days.
He's one of those players that's somewhat understated. He's terribly flamboyant in the way he goes about his business. But if you can have a lot of Oscar Jimenez type players in your team, you're a happy man as a coach. His sublime touch. He's fantastic with both feet. Serves a great ball in the flow of play and off of dead balls. And Spencer's coming in. Davis IV coming out, and he'll be bitterly disappointed. 2 great looks at goal tonight for George Davis IV, but both of them went begging. One of them stayed out there, and maybe the 3rd one would have gone in the back of the net if he'd had the opportunity.
That substitution was brought to you by Great Clips. It's gonna be great. Now you could see as he came off, it was written all over his face. Well, now's a chance for Spencer to try and make good. He had that standing opportunity at the death against Indy 11 at Lucas Oil Stadium. Something we highlighted in pregame, an open header that just steered 2 yards off frame in the final seconds. Gallagher is down, Nick Law waiting to throw.
Well, that Spencer opportunity, he just tried to do too much with the ball. And put it past the upright. Gallagher seems like he was going to walk that one off, perhaps.
Well, he's trying, isn't he? Sandoval, Nick Law behind Kissadoo. Spencer holding up play. Slid to ground and right to Smith. There's that long diagonal we've talked about all night. Jimenez! Jimenez! Too much juice.
His eyes got big, did Jimenez. Spencer went to ground on the challenge, got right back up and sprinted into the penalty area. On teacher's night, he looked like a school pupil begging for the question to be asked of him at the back of the classroom. And Jimenez never saw him, went straight for goal.
Wow, can he get around again? Kunga, no. That was almost spectacular. Kissadoo. All the fancy footwork, the overlap came. Intercepted. Luke Spencer, the big intellectual, huh? Oh, dangerous header back, and McCabe wasn't quite in lockstep. Shows that maybe the defender had a better idea than we did when that came off.
I think it was Kendall Mullen, and a deft touch from the center back for Atlanta United 2. And Spencer in the fray. Lancaster will drop back, or drop out wide, I should say. Spencer will be the target in the middle. Big number 12 trying to make an impact immediately, make his case to get back into the starting lineup.
Over the top, Lancaster. Spencer with a little hand fighting. Christensen will claim with ease. Gallagher's got the skip back in his step. Not even at full go could he bring that down. The USL's official Twitter feed keeps you up to date with news, live game updates, and highlights from around the league 24/7. Follow at USL on Twitter. You were following the royal wedding coverage all day over on Matt Stubbing too, right?
I wasn't all day. I did click on the BBC website to check how things were going.
Jimenez, no coronation here for Louisville. Nice back heel. Del Piccolo crossing over Spencer and headed out. A Nick Law. Smith had a chance at it. Well, Spencer making runs right off the bench. Heard that frustration. There's your prize pupil.
He goes to ground. Referee says play on, no foul. Gets up immediately. And off he goes at the gallop. There's the hand up. There's the two hands up. Pick me, pick me. And here's Jimenez just hits it right over the crossbar.
Out of the side by Sandoval. Craig pops it up. Offside flag is flying.
Anybody in purple doesn't agree with that call. It would have been a close one. I've no doubt that there were some purple shirts that were in offside position, but I don't think that it was Craig.
Sandoval intercepted. Tosh. Line of like pressure was coming. Now Louisville on the counter. Got away from Lancaster, not away from Smith. Lancaster again. Spencer touches ahead. Corner. Spencer has been phenomenal again off the bench, providing a spark to Louisville. Certainly he'll be a target. Louisville on the ensuing corner.
He was the spark so many times last year coming off the bench. He'll be slightly frustrated that he's returned to that role, but such an important part of this team.
Jimenez found his man.
Swahi there with the header just over the crossbar.
You know, James has told us he's just simply unlucky not to play more. That the head coach planned to use him against North Carolina FC. Their third game of the year got rained out due to field conditions. And well, now with Pat McMahon thankfully back in the fold, but still not 90-minute ready to play after a short midweek turnaround, Swahi in the chance here and showing well as an offensive option.
Even more impressive is that he is the anchor in the back, playing alongside the experienced Tosh and Craig. Normally you'd expect the youngster to be on the outside, but
Jimenez, Spencer Christensen dives across the line and makes the stop.
good ball in. Spencer somehow had split the two central defenders, Kendall Moulin and Will Crane, losing their mark. Crane went to challenge the ball, completely misjudged the flight. Spencer the thumbs up with appreciation on the service. Couldn't turn it in past the goalkeeper, Christensen, who made a good save.
Nick Law kept it in. Gallagher is making his run in behind, wasn't seen. Carranza. Andrew Kendall Moulin. Off to Metcalf. And a throw coming. This portion of tonight's game brought to you by Luna Sul Tequila, the official tequila of Lou City. Attack on again for Louisville. Smith cutting right. Nick Law stuck with him all the way. That stays in. Williams. Del Piccolo. Jimenez steps away, fires the cross. Lancaster gives chase. get there.
You can't fault the effort from both these teams, but even more so from the home side. They really are stepping up tonight, trying to put a good performance out for their fans. Right from the opening kickoff, they've been on the front foot, closing down the ball quickly. A little surprised that we haven't seen more from Kunga and Kisadu in this second half. Sandoval, for me, has come back a little bit too deep at times for Atlanta United to be effective.
Lancaster held up. Carranza did well. Oh, there's Sandoval back across the halfway line on the breakout. And then there's nobody home on that long ball.
It speaks of frustration for the center forward. He's not getting the service that he wants because of how intense Lou City are playing.
Lancaster from Smith. That went right through Lancaster's legs, and Spencer slaps the ground in frustration. And Sawahi commits the foul. Sandoval. Well, Sawahi, the rookie, I'm not sure he realizes that you can't quite do that.
You can't throw your toys out the pram. Sawahi, and running away from the officials, a great way to get yourself put into the book. He realized it was just a clumsy challenge in high on the back of Sandoval.
Daniel Bird, one of the assistants, was the guy who heard about him first. They had conversations with guys who knew Sawahi well from his time at Bowling Green State University, a native of France.
This is good refereeing right here. It'd be so easy for Mr. Pecknick just to pull out the yellow card, but he pulls the captain over Del Piccolo, pulls Sawahi in and says, look, fellas, you can't do that. Grow up a bit, Sawahi. Otherwise, next time you will be going in my book.
Kunga, Nick Law. I would have shown him mustard on the spot.
You're so mean.
Nick Law for Sandoval. Craig was in position.
Truth be told, I would have given him a yellow card as well.
Yeah. I mean, it's good refereeing. I see both sides of it. And there's been a play or two for Atlanta that's gone that way, where Pecknick hasn't really been quick to the card tonight. Tack on through the far side. Kisadu with Williams. Metcalf, good recovery. Gallagher. Spencer lost it. Carranza. Carranza approaching the byline. Too much air for Sandoval. Kunga's in the neighborhood.
Kisadu was one of those players that the referee had a talking to in the first half, so given the yellow card to. Finally gets into some of the action in the attacking third for the visitors.
Sandoval had his legs taken out by Tosh. Well, this isn't quite hit a free kick into the corner kind of territory for Atlanta. Although the way Mikey Ambrose played last week, you might think it would be. Everything was in his range. Not quite this angle.
Louisville will be happy that he's not here tonight. You certainly can't find any fault with the power and precision that Ambrose put on that ball on both attempts.
I mean, they were identical.
They certainly were. Positioning the goalkeeper maybe was a little questionable, but the finish certainly wasn't.
Metcalf. Caught by Ranjit Singh. Ranjit Singh trying to set the tone. Slip through. Ooh.
That was one heck of a shot.
There's an alternate timeline where Shannon puts that in his own net, but in the end, it just seems like heady defense.
Ranjitsingh released Jimenez beautifully with the throw. Jimenez tried the outside of the right boot to spring McCabe. McCabe gave up on the chase because it was going nowhere.
Jimenez for Craig. Still alive. Sawahi bounces it down. Sawahi threw again. That got up, hit him on the arm. Change on the way for Louisville as they look for a more attacking presence. Now McCabe checks out, and Ilya Illich will come on. A substitution that's brought to you by Great Clips. It's gonna be great. McCabe off, and Illich, who played so well in the Open Cup midweek, checks in.
You can see the look on the face of McCabe.
Can we talk about 12 chances created for a second?
He did play well. So how well he played in midweek, and McCabe, for me, he's played well tonight. So I had the wrong focus then. I saw the look on McCabe's face, and I should have been looking at the stats from midweek. Great job for Illich.
It's for the season, I should say. That all makes sense now. Now I get it. I was almost blown away.
By the way, he did play well midweek.
Very.
He's a heck of a player, been a great servant for the club.
Had a young Harris. Those 12 chances created are still impressive given the lack of time he's seen. Finally a bit of a run of starts. Foul by Kisadu. Ozmir Pekmek will settle things down again.
Right, the referee was counting then. Kisadu will probably go in the book for the next one.
But the referee really hasn't lost control of this one, has he?
No, he's done a good job tonight.
Smith crossing. One away by Metcalf. And Williams drew the foul. Well, that's one too many. Kisadu finally in the book. First card handed out by Pekmek. Comes in the 69th minute. It's his second yellow of the year.
Well, you can't trip a player. He runs across the back of Williams, and the referee's just given a free kick against you and said, I've counted to 4 or 5 fouls now, and the next one you're going in my book. You can't immediately do that at the top of the box and not expect a yellow. This is a great location. We've seen Lancaster hit these. Against Nashville, he challenged the goalkeeper Pickens to make a fine save.
Everybody wants to be a hero. This is where Atlanta made their money last time out. Ambrose, not once but twice. Live by the sword, die by the sword. It's Lancaster! They thought that was in, I think, some of this Slugger Field crowd.
Certainly the folks behind the goal thought it was in. A lot of power on the shot, but not enough overspin to trouble the goalkeeper, Christensen. And truthfully, it was right at the keeper, so even if it had dipped under the crossbar, he would have been finely placed to make the stop.
Kicked out by Smith, stays with ATL UTD2.
How do you do that? I'd trip over my letters if I was trying to say it.
Well, at the end, there's a number. That's really where it all comes together.
That would just confuse me even more.
Nick Law. Aiming for the back post, kept alive, and picked up by Ranjit Singh. That's a yellow card on the tactical offense by Carranza. By the way, we've spoken up the referee so much, Ismir Pekmik. It's worth noting that he does have a wristband on today with HD for it. Pro referees have been supporting Huntington's Disease Awareness Month in honor of Terry Vaughn all of the month of May. Thoughts with the Vaughn family as he continues to bravely battle that disease, and well, you see it there on the fourth official as well. It's a remarkable cause and one worth your attention. Rasmussen comes on for Lancaster. It's a substitution brought to you by Great Clips. It's going to be great. Here's something that was great. Cameron Lancaster opening half.
He's a great center forward. Finds a way to get in and around the box, and when he gets lucky, the ball falls to his foot. He makes no mistake and puts it past the goalkeeper, Christensen. Keeps making those runs. So industrious in and around the box. Important player, obviously, for Lou City. And the celebration just tells you how frustrated it's been for USL play for the last two games for the home team. And to break their duck meant an awful lot for the big number 9.
The folks in Scouse's house pleased as always. The supporter side opposite the Purple family. Oh, we're still at 1-1. We showed you at halftime that it took into stoppage time for the game to ultimately be decided last time these teams met. It's been a real dogfight at Slugger Field to this point. Louisville trying to get a result at home in between two vital U.S. Open Cup matches. 5-0 win against the Rough Riders of Long Island. Then King's Cup returns on Wednesday night at Lynn Stadium, University of Louisville. Anthony Pulis' side pull in a non-USL match. Spencer was onside. Here's Smith. Off the back of Nick Law. Spencer's a sneaky one, isn't he?
Yes, he has good movement. Pulls away laterally across the field. Creates space to keep onside. Good sliding tackle there.
Carranza in the middle of it again. 19-year-old native of Virginia.
Nicola's been impressive in the left fullback position for Atlanta United too, since he came in at the halftime break.
Service. Bounces down. Spencer giving chase. Slapped away by Christensen. Kunga cleaned out as he launched that ball the other way. Lifted up the left-hand channel. Craig corrals his touch and serves across by Spencer. Smith! Smith across! Rasmussen couldn't bring it in. Smith turns again off the backside of Carranza. Pressure-packed moment here for Atlanta. Louisville on the attack. Smith across the top of the 18. Jimenez. Sawahi toward the back post, punched away by Christensen. Jimenez whistling back to the ball. It's Illich. Beyond Jimenez. Williams. Speedy Williams off the mark. And Atlanta escapes.
You can take a breath. That seemed to go on forever, that attack for Louisville City FC. Smith had a great opportunity to take the shot. He decided to pass it off. In all that action, that probably was the best chance for the home team to challenge the goalkeeper, Christensen. In the end, Christensen did a pretty good job of making sure that ball stayed away from his goal.
I know that sports gambling is gone through the court system. I wouldn't be betting on Sawahi's first professional goal being on an overhead kick, but he almost did it. If he really sold out and rode the bike, maybe that finds its way in. There are some gnarly odds for that.
Probably would have been one of the 5 up for votes for the goal of the week.
A defender with a bicycle kick 2 yards from the goal line is still, that is special stuff. Castro coming on. Laurent Kissidou scores in the 31st minute and checks off a substitution brought to you by Great Clips. Kunga with the run, setting it all up.
That's a beautiful run by Kunga, just sucking in the defense, lays the ball off beautifully. Kunga makes no mistake, collects the ball with his left, shoots with his left. It looked like it deflected a little bit as it went into the back of the net. I don't think Ranjit Singh would have got there even if it hadn't. A fine strike. He had a good first half, a little quiet in the second, but a very talented player.
Illich ran into Kendall Moulin. Away by Metcalf. Rasmussen. And the whistle against Louisville.
Rams are trying to find a way to get more involved. As Kissidou became less involved in the game, Carranza has become more involved.
Caught by Ranjit Singh. Alessandro Castro marks now the 29th player for Atlanta United to use this year. Remarkable stuff.
It was well won by Shannon in the midfield. Spencer was trying to come back to the ball, but Shannon read it all the way. Again, they don't deny that service on the diagonal ball.
Jimenez for Luke Spencer. Christensen kept it out right on the spot.
Again, he tries to do too much with the ball, tries to make it too perfect. The long diagonal ball from Del Piccolo finds Jimenez. Jimenez with the service. Spencer, the header into the ground. Just bounced up kindly for the goalkeeper, Christensen. Good hands, makes the save.
Paco Craig picking up a yellow. So that worked its way out the other direction. Craig's second yellow card of the year, a guy who was in half training a week ago. A guy they viewed as a bit of a risk to play against Nashville, and yet here he is. Another start in his book. And a yellow card for his efforts. Final 10 minutes. This one has been really impressive. 1-1. Both goals in the first half. Both goal scorers have come off. Lancaster and Kissidou, 24th and the 31st, respectively. This finished 1-1 at Coolray Field, Gwinnett County, Georgia, on April the 21st. Atlanta's made no bones about it. This is a measuring stick for them. Ismir Peknik has done everything right tonight except dodge that ball. He forgot about the 5th D of dodgeball. Dodge, duck, dip, dive, and dodge. Whistle against Del Piccolo. And a change coming for ATL UTD2. Kevin Barajas will come on. It's his second appearance. Played on the 12th of May against Ottawa. Just 3 minutes in this one, in that one, I should say. The substitution brought to you by Great Clips, and Kunga again was a dynamic player in this one for much of the game.
He was creative, set up the goal for Atlanta United 2 with his penetrating run, pulled in 3 defenders before he laid the ball off to Kisadu, but like Kisadu, Kunga has been very quiet in the second half. And that's probably why Scott Donnelly has pulled him off and put Barajas on.
No more subs left in this one. It's worth noting that Barajas is a Kentucky Wildcat. Native of Atlanta, who tried out for the team. Played for Tony Annan, the academy director for Atlanta United, at Georgia United previously. Spencer trying to slide that through for Illich. Well, there's some late drama here. Tosh. Well done by Barajas off the bench.
Great job from Smith, recognizing that Tosh had gone forwards on the attack, drops back defensively into the right fullback position. Tosh was making a fine effort to get back to help out.
Seen Kyle Smith here again and again. Williams. Smith again. Tosh. Behind Illich.
Some of the entry passes that Louisville City have tried to make in the second half on occasion seem to be an attempt to be too careful, too precise. At times you just need to just drive that ball into the 18 and perhaps something good will happen. The attempt at Maradona didn't come off.
Sandoval goes down. James O'Connor has his hands out as if to ask why. And he's asking why for the yellow card, not so much the foul, I think.
Tosh just didn't leave his feet, didn't challenge on the ball, just put his hip into the back of Sandoval, who went down to ground, and so Suhai gets the yellow. Maybe talked his way into that booking. It certainly was Sean Tosh that gave up the free kick.
I think Sawahi, at this point, the referee and him are already acquainted.
At least he didn't slam the ball again.
Well, it looks like he punched the ball into the ground. That's a lesson that he cannot learn a third time.
I didn't see it. My eye was away from the ball.
Rookies, man.
Was it fool me once, shame on me? Was it
fool me a third time and you're sent off for dissent? Back to Ranjit Singh. He back again. Back to Atlanta. Well, you hear it right from Lance McGarvey's mouth. PA announcer. Man of the match in the stadium is Cameron Lancaster. Hard to disagree with that if you're a Louisville fan, although Kissidou might have something to say about it. This has been, I think on the whole, a really impressive performance from Atlanta United 2 on the road. This is not an easy atmosphere to play away to.
Also, difficult atmosphere, difficult field. They've really applied themselves well. The game's ebbed and flowed. They've done a really good job of staying in this match, making life difficult. Haven't seen as many chances from the visitors in the second half as we did in the first. Credit to Lou City for quietening down the creative players of Gallagher, Kissidou, and Kunga.
Scott Donnelly willing his team on late to try and get a result away to Louisville. Something few teams were able to grasp last year as Louisville won 11 home games, most in the league. In the Eastern Conference, tied with Tampa Bay. Del Piccolo keeping it alive. Back heel from Spencer didn't come off. But here's Jimenez, crowd to their feet. Jimenez caught by Christensen. Ooh, that was a smooth interception from the rookie goalkeeper.
I don't think he could hug that ball any tighter. He was very grateful that that one went into his hands. Good technique. A nice move from Lou City. Again, they're finding ways to get deeper and deeper into the attacking third. That'll be pleasing for James O'Connor. Still frustrating that they haven't found a way to put the ball in the back of the net a second time, though.
Felt they weren't clinical enough in the first meeting. They hit the post or the crossbar 3 times. First time these teams met, Louisville did. Spencer lets it through. Spencer chasing all the way to the end and goes sliding out of play. Let's take a look at tonight's Toyota move of the game. Let's go places.
That was a nice move from
Jimenez.
Halfway point of this match, but he makes a mistake, and it's a big one. Can the home team get redemption for the tying goal given up in the 92nd minute on a penalty kick a month ago?
Big moment for Louisville to try and snap their 2-game losing streak and find 3 points at home in stoppage time. Three minutes of added time, brought to you by Sullivan University. Christensen on his line. Is there a late go-ahead goal here for Louisville at home? Yes! Ilya Illich puts Louisville in front in stoppage time. The goal presented by Kentucky Lottery, fueling imagination, funding education, the Kentucky Lottery.
Spencer's been so active since he's come on. He hasn't found a way to put the ball in the back of the net, but he's given the back line of Atlanta United 2 all kinds of problems. Nicklaw with the rugby tackle, concedes the penalty kick, and there isn't a goalkeeper on the planet that could stop that one. Clinical from Illich, right-footed into the upper right-hand corner as we look at the goal. Beautiful finish on the PK under a pressure-packed moment.
It's deja vu, ball to the back post, Ranjit Singh collects and goes down, ball in hand. Andrew Carlton scored in the opening minute of stoppage time when these teams met last month. Now it's Illich returning the favor. Rasmussen. The Stars have scored for Louisville tonight. The big attacking threats. Spencer drawing the penalty. Well, that's a yellow card. Gallagher trying to recollect the ball. But Illich and Lancaster have both scored for Louisville. This surely is their recipe for success.
John Gallagher's a little lucky there. Sliding in like that with the frustration. The referee could have gone to his back pocket and pulled out a red card instead of the yellow.
Spencer off to the corner. Every second counts now. So one last good look here for Atlanta. They try and topple reigning USL Cup champions at Slugger Field. Will Illich's penalty stand? Back to Christensen. 3 points for Louisville, the late penalty, the difference. Lou City at home, pick up 3 points against Atlanta. It's a 2-1 victory.
A job well done. Big number 12 made the difference coming in off of the bench. He wasn't able to get the headed goal from a gilt-edged opportunity. But his very talented player, great runs in the box, causes problems, wins the PK, and Illich puts it in the back of the net.
Illich, the game-winning goal. James O'Connor has been so complimentary of the young man out of Young Harris. Felt like he just deserved his chance to start. And coming off the bench after scoring in the Open Cup, the game-winning goal in stoppage time. The Stars were out for Louisville tonight. They knock off Atlanta United 2-1. Highlights and stats after this.
Your summer starts here with a great deal on a new Toyota.
Now get 1.9 financing for 60 months on a rugged new 2018 Tacoma, or a $259 a month lease, or get up to $1,250 cash back on the Go Anywhere Tundra.
Get your Toyota today.
Toyota, let's go places.
Our GE appliances come with a, you can't choose your neighbors, but you can choose your premium finish.
Ooh, you got the black stainless. Sweet, thanks. I need your help with the backsplash.
There are lots of ladies that miss minutes.
Oh, that's nice, sweetie. Maybe something stone or...
3 pizza guys just showed up. Now the pizza guys just took off their shirts.
The most premium finishes, so you have the most choices. Another way we make good things for life.
At Dr. Mark Lennon Associates, I focus on taking care of my family, but I also focus on taking care of your family. We firmly believe that you've got to give back. Our primary goal is to do what's right for the patient. If that means glasses, contacts, or treating an eye condition, we will be sure you get the care that you need. We want to take care of you the same way we take care of all our family. This is our family. And here at Dr. Mark Lennon Associates, we're focused on your family, the community, and most importantly, your vision.
Well, it's back to Lynn Stadium midweek for the U.S. Open Cup, a Kings Cup matchup with St. Louis, but all seems right now for a Lou City side. That's some fans a bit puzzled this time last weekend. 2 straight losses on the road against tough competition. Now a 5-0 win in the Open Cup and a 2-1 win against Atlanta United 2, and positive feelings have returned among the Coopers and this Lou City fan base. Now for a look back at the key shot, presented by Family Allergy and Asthma. If allergies are making you miserable, allergy shots from Family Allergy and Asthma might do the trick. Visit FamilyAllergy.com.
There's Luke Spencer doing what he does best, finding a way to get open in the box. His movement away from the defender. As Crane was watching the ball, Nicklaw wasn't recovering his run. He did everything right, did Spencer, except he put it right at the goalkeeper. Christensen with a good save, good footwork, and good hands. Spencer, though, he made amends for that at the end of the game.
Illich tunnel bound, so too the rest of this Lou City team. 3 points in tow. Here are your full-time highlights. And, well, there's a lot of one-way traffic early. The first goal came in the 24th minute. It's a spot of luck for Cam Lancaster.
Well, it bounced off of Crane into the path of Lancaster, but number 9, he knows how to finish when he's in and around the box. It deflects to him, no hesitation, left foot through the back of the ball into the net, fist pump of celebration. They're off the snide. They managed to break their duck of 2 games.
Well, they certainly needed that one, but Kisadoo had a couple good chances in this first half, and this one a missile in the 31st.
It was a beautiful run by Kunga. He brings in 3 defenders, then finds his teammate Kisadoo, who's open. Kisadoo collects it with the left, shoots it with the left. Ranjit Singh, no chance, good finish.
Move into the second half. This in the 89th going to the 90th minute. Spencer goes down, Illich the finish in stoppage.
Calmly done by Illich. A good finish right into the upper right-hand corner. But look at the shots. 23 in the match for Louisville City. 5 in the match for Atlanta United 2. That's what they had at the end of the first half. So credit to the home team for playing good defense in the second 45 minutes. For me, though, Lou City, they have to convert those 23 and find a way to get more on target and trouble the goalkeeper a little bit more than they did tonight.
O'Connor's been clear. He wants it more clinical. Well, Louisville does get the result they need. Their 2-game losing streak, a thing of the past. Atlanta United 2, a strong opposition, but they get through 2-1. For producer Sharni Yerke, director Miranda McCormick, Phil Robinson, Matt Stubbington alongside Mike Watts saying so long from Slugger Field, Lancaster and Illich. Louisville City a winner, 2-1. Good night.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League may not be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the express written consent of the United Soccer League.